What's going on, guys? I believe this is part three. Yes, this is part three of my DC universe. Again, same thing when it comes to my Marvel universe YouTube videos. We're gonna do the same thing here, except the difference between my Marvel universe and my DC universe is that the Marvel universe is gonna be taking place a much more street level, grounded level story arc, to where this one is going to be going outreach into the cosmos and space with a little bit of going from Earth to space kind of thing. um Same thing, disclaimer, just because I have this wallpaper up doesn't mean every single character that's on the wallpaper is going to be in my universe. Please don't take it as a jab of me not liking your favorite character, or me, is some way kind of like me dissing the character for keeping him off my DC universe movie slot. It's just, this is just for pure fun, pure entertainment, my own imaginative ideas of where I would take it if I was in charge of the DCEU. But let's go on and get straight to it. If you want more context to the story, please go watch the past videos of part one and part two for my DC universe. If you are, but you are fully welcome to pause the video to read through the slides. But if you read, but you still want that in context story, please go back and watch those videos. So we start off with the first Green Lantern movie, and then that led us into the first Superman movie, and then that led us into Manhunter, and then that led us into Green Lantern 2, and that led us into the Amazons and the Atlanteans, and now we are on Justice League. The movie opens up with Brainiac. Excuse me. The movie opens up with Brainiac's mothership entering Earth's atmosphere. Brainiac has already started affecting the Earth's communications and satellites. Government officials try to combat it and fix the problem, but quickly realize they are getting invaded and are at war. Movie cuts to Superman and John, Martian Manhunter, and John waiting on a rooftop. Both Hal, Green Lantern, both Hal and Diana meet them, but Arthur shows up late. Diana and Arthur refuse to help in the fight due to them being away from man's world for so long. We never needed man. Why should we care? Says Diana. The surface world is always the surface world has always been a problem for the oceans. Maybe it's time they give what they deserve, says Arthur. Cal and Hal plead their case for the humans that they are worth saving, but cannot break through the demigods. They both flee without arguing back, leaving John, Cal, and Hal to defend the Earth on their own. Hal calls in reinforcements from other lanterns, but will take them days before showing up. John infiltrates the government, informing them the humans are not alone in this fight. Superman covers as much ground as possible, destroying as many ships as he can alongside fighter jets from different countries. Brainiac advances his robotic army, invading cities and towns. Hal and Cal try their best to save as many people as they can, with John planning attacks with governments of the world. Diana grows more and more regrettable on her decision, but her fellow Amazon sisters continue to be part part with her decision. They continue to support her in that decision for her to refuse to help Man's World. Other dis- Her mother disagrees. She shares the good moments with her father, which she still does not name, because prophecy says if she names Diana's father, war amongst man and gods will dent the world. Diana comes to a crossroads with her decision declaring man's world right to exist is being taken away from this alien nobody, and she gets her sisters ready for battle. Back with Arthur, he remains okay with his decision until Brainiac attacks his underwater kingdom, figuring out about figuring out about secret kingdoms across the earth. Hal returns, saving Arthur. Arthur thanks Hal and welcomes him as an ally. Back on the ground, Cal and John struggle to slow down the invasion. Hal enters the fight, now with Arthur and his army of Atlanteans and underwater creatures. During the battle, as Arthur seems to be down for the count, Diana saves him and they catch hard eyes for each other. Diana and Arthur lead their people into battle against Brainiac. The battle continues, but turns to the hero's favor as Hal's Green Lantern reinforcements have arrived. The heroes learn to fight together, forcing Brainiac himself to come down and face the heroes in his controlled mothership. Superman enters and takes the fight to Brainiac as the heroes save the people across the country. Cal brings the enemy away from the ship, and Hal, Arthur, John, and Diana, and Cal jump Brainiac, defeating him. Arthur and Diana agreed to kill him and finish him off. Cal stops them and reminds them, "Here in man's world, we fight for justice, not vengeance." The public sees this and cheers the heroes for stopping the invasion. The movie ends with the heroes alongside Arthur and Diana. Excuse me. The movie ends with the heroes alongside Arthur's and Diana's people and the lanterns, helping the humans across the world. The world's government crowns them as Earth's champions and names them the Justice League. With their code names, the Martian Manhunter as John, the Green Lantern as Hal Jordan, Aquaman as King Arthur, and Wonder Woman as Princess Diana. And of course Superman's still being Kal, aka Clark Kent. Arthur doesn't Arthur doesn't like the name, but but excuse me, Arthur doesn't like the name, but Diana does and values her new name. The out the outro at the end of the movie, the outro plays the old Justice League uh, anime show theme song and credit scene. It shows election is coming up with two men leading the boards of the votes, Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor. Post credit scene, as Wonder Woman returns home with all smiles and flowers from the people and Arthur, a lightning bolt a lightning bolt uh, is struck in front of her, knocking her off her feet. Inside the lightning bolt blast shows a man with a lightning bolt on his chest, wearing a white hood. "We need to talk," says the hooded man. And that's the end when it comes to the Justice League. Much more longer movie as always. Now this movie is going to lead on into the next movie, which I'll share for you for this video, being the last movie, is The Knight. When I was first creating this movie, by the time I got to Justice League, I was thinking about, okay, this is the moment I should introduce the Batman character. But if I've been honest with you guys, me being a Batman fan myself, it disappointed me of how much I was not able to write him in, to make him make sense, especially with the universe being a much more space and cosmos level universe. So, but I still wanted at least at least a Batman character to pretty much link space to Earth. So I figured instead of making a Batman movie, because all of DC content is Batman, why not make a Bruce Wayne movie? Oops, sorry, got a little too excited. Movie takes us to a snowy mountain somewhere in the Himalayas. A young Bruce Wayne trains with a ninja clan called the League of Shadows. Movie teaches us that the League is an ancient clan created by powerful families: the Waynes, the Graysons, the Arkhams, and the Cobblepots. For centuries, each family has gotten wealthy and powerful from all kinds of businesses, crooked and competency. The Grayson family were in the entertainment business. The Cobblepots were in the streets and selling. Arkhams, the Arkhams had hands in healthcare and medicine. The Waynes were the foundations and the main movers that kept all the other families in line. After suffering from the loss of his parents, Bruce is now with the League Ninja Clan, trained to be strong physically and mentally. The movie shows us Bruce as a stubborn, wise for his age, little bit of a smartass, but disciplined type of character. He learns under the guidance of Ra's al Ghul, a sensei who knew his father as well, the history of the families. Movie introduces Bruce's younger friend, who he looks to as a baby brother, Richard Grayson, aka Dick. Them alongside others train and go on tests from real world scenarios, high positions and low positions throughout life. The villain of the movie is two members called Oswald Cobblepot and Diana Arkham. Their goal is to be the two heads of the family, but sees Bruce as a threat due to his name and family history. League looks at him as the chosen one. Diana and Ozzy go rogue, killing different members, playing the whole league to look for a male that's not them. Bruce discovers and figures through his detective skills with the help of Dick that Diana and Ozzy are behind it. The two attempt to destroy the League and blow up the mountain, taking all the power for themselves. Bruce and Dick stop them from Diana accidentally dropping herself in flames and Ozzy shooting himself when Dick deflects a bullet back at him. Bruce and Dick help most of the young and little kids from the clan escape through the mountains fleeing to Gotham. Movie ends with Bruce returning home to his uncle Alfred, adopting Dick after discovering Dick's parents had been murdered. Bruce Bruce and Dick agree to fight against the law. Excuse me. Bruce and Dick agree to fight against the low-life crime that threatens their family's peace, and ideals for the people of Gotham. Send, sending the Sending the other young members back to their families where they'd be safe. The end credit scene shows a hooded man finding the burned and destroyed clan and sees a young ninja crawling out of the rubble. If you wish to have a second chance of life, you and your brothers will come and work for me. This is pretty much taking place before um, the first Superman movie. That hooded figure was Shazam, and that's how he pretty much like got the League of Shadows to be on his side. Where we at? Post credit scene. The post credit scene shows Bruce, who is now a man, a older man, in his prime basically. Richard, who is now a young man, walking with bodyguards to a podium. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. After the huge battle with the alien machines, Brainiac, Gotham looks for a leader with strength, someone to represent them as gods and aliens fly over us, just in case another invasion commences. Please know this. With me as your mayor, I will personally stand face to face with gods and aliens. And when it comes to a time they want our city, my city, I will stand tall and tell them no. That's all I have for you guys today. How you guys like that? It not being a Batman movie, more so of a Bruce Wayne, movie, obviously with a little bit twist when it comes to his, the families and the reason why he became a vigilante. I'm still keeping the Bruce Wayne's parents' death. I'm still keeping that, but a slightly different motivation. Same thing with Dick Grayson, a little bit alternation when it comes to his character arc, as well as the Arkhams and the Cobblepots, and a little slight different take on Ra's al Ghul. The man didn't even survive one movie, but um yeah. So the whole entire movie pretty much takes place. This one, the whole entire movie pretty much takes place before Superman. Obviously, with Shazam being the main villain of that movie. If you want to know what happens there, go back and watch part one. And that's pretty much how Shazam got the League of Shadows to be on his side. Not gonna reveal what the next few movies are gonna be, but how you guys liking the DC universe so far? You know, It's a little slightly different from the Marvel universe, obviously, but how you my bad, camera went out. But yeah, how you guys liking, the movie so far? Let me know in the comic section. But appreciate you guys for rocking for this comic book universe. Y'all take it easy.